Morning light floods Manhattan long before the cameras turn on. Outside the ABC studios, the city hums with indifference, taxis slicing through traffic, coffee cups steaming in tired hands. Inside, something tighter coils in the air. The kind of tension that doesn't announce itself, that hides behind makeup brushes, teleprompters, and polite greetings exchanged too quickly. Joy Behar arrives early, as she always does. Decades in television have trained her instincts. She senses when a day will be ordinary, when it will be memorable, and when it will become radioactive. This morning falls into the third category. Her heels echo across the studio floor as she drops her bag at the table where she has sat for years, longer than some of the interns have been alive. The iconic semicircle gleams under rehearsal lights. Every scratch on the surface tells a story. Arguments about politics, laughter that felt forced, laughter that was real, moments that never aired, moments that went viral within minutes. Joy exhales and rubs her temples. Across the room, producers whisper. Phones vibrate. A segment rundown is revised again and again. One name sits bolded on every sheet. Madonna. The booking had been a victory. A coup. Madonna does not do daytime television lightly anymore. When she does, it's deliberate. Strategic. Controlled. Or at least, that's what everyone believes. Joy doesn't hate Madonna. She respects her. Fears her a little. You don't survive 4 decades in entertainment without learning how to wield control, and Madonna has mastered it better than almost anyone alive. But Joy has never backed down from a conversation. That's her reputation. That's her role. That's her curse. In the control room, the executive producer watches the studio monitors, jaw clenched. This needs to stay tight, he says. No spirals. No lectures. Keep it moving. A junior producer nods too fast. Yes, absolutely. No one mentions the unspoken truth. Live television does not obey plans. The cameras roll. The familiar theme music plays. Applause rises on cue. The hosts smile, practiced and perfect. The audience settles, unaware they are about to witness something that will dominate headlines before lunch. Madonna enters to thunderous applause. She looks exactly as expected, confident, sculpted, commanding. She doesn't wave. She acknowledges the room with a nod, like a general surveying the field. Joy meets her eyes. For a moment, neither woman looks away. They sit. The introductions begin. The tone is polite, almost warm. Joy leans forward, fingers interlaced. So Madonna, you've never been afraid of controversy, she says, voice smooth, inviting. But lately, people feel you've crossed into something more confrontational. What do you say to fans who feel alienated? Madonna smiles. Not warmly, sharply. I say they misunderstand me, she replies. I've always challenged comfort. That's literally my job. A ripple moves through the audience. Joy nods. Sure, but challenging comfort and dismissing criticism aren't the same thing. There it is. The shift. Subtle, but unmistakable. Madonna tilts her head. Are you criticizing me, Joy? Or asking a question? A co-host glances toward the producer's table. Joy doesn't flinch. I'm asking what responsibility comes with influence. Madonna's jaw tightens. Responsibility is a word people use when they want artists to behave. The exchange sharpens. Words stack on words. The smiles thin. Applause stops entirely. Joy leans back, arms crossing instinctively. I think viewers expect honesty, not deflection. Madonna leans forward. And I think daytime television expects obedience. The audience gasps. The control room erupts. Cut to commercial. Someone whispers urgently. But it's too late. The clash. Joy laughs. A short, incredulous sound. Obedience. This is a conversation. Madonna's eyes flash. No, this is an ambush disguised as feminism. The word hangs in the air like smoke. Joy's expression hardens. I've fought longer than you think for women to speak freely. Madonna snaps back instantly. And I've paid a higher price than you ever have. Silence. Heavy. Crushing. A producer's voice cracks over the earpiece. Joy, redirect. Redirect now. Joy removes her earpiece. On live television, that single gesture detonates across social media before the show even ends. Madonna notices. Taking off the safety net. She asks coolly. Joy meets her gaze. I don't need one. The audience is frozen. You know what the difference is between us. Madonna says. I never needed permission. Joy rises slightly from her seat. And I never needed to silence others to be heard. Gasps turn into murmurs. The camera operators hesitate, unsure where to frame. The executive producer slams his hand on the desk. Stay wide. Stay wide. Madonna stands. I won't sit here and be patronized. Joy stands too. Then don't. For 3 unbearable seconds, no one speaks. Then Madonna walks off. The applause is confused, scattered, nervous. Joy remains standing, breathing hard. And that, she says quietly, is live television. Cut to black. The aftermath. Within minutes, clips flood the internet. Headlines write themselves. Explosive clash on The View. Joy Behar vs. Madonna. Daytime TV meltdown. Has Joy Behar gone too far? Inside the studio, Joy sits alone at the table. The audience has been ushered out. The lights dim. A producer approaches cautiously. Joy, the network wants a meeting. She nods without looking up. I figured. Down the hall, Madonna's team moves like a crisis unit. Phones pressed to ears. Statements drafted. Social media strategies deployed. Madonna herself sits silently in her dressing room, staring at her reflection. They wanted blood, she says finally. Her publicist hesitates. You gave them a lot. The decision. By evening, the calls begin. Executives, advertisers, lawyers. Joy listens. Patient, unapologetic. You embarrass the brand, one voice says. Joy exhales. I defended the conversation. You escalated. I refused to retreat. There is a pause. We need to talk about your future. Joy smiles faintly. I've been doing that my whole life. The next morning, tabloids speculate. Will she be fired, suspended, forced to apologize? Joy doesn't wait. She walks into the studio, clears her desk, and leaves a handwritten note. I didn't quit television. Television quit honesty. By noon, the headline breaks. Joy Behar steps away from The View following on-air clash. Some call it resignation, others call it exile. Joy calls it freedom. Epilogue. Weeks later, the noise fades. Ratings spike, then settle. Madonna continues touring, commanding arenas, rewriting her own narrative. Joy appears on a small stage in a packed theater, microphone in hand, no teleprompter, no producers whispering in her ear. She speaks freely. The crowd listens. Because live television may have cracked that day, but something else opened. And sometimes, the loudest truth doesn't need a camera at all.